The good old days, the good old days of gaming. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Trading team, trading family. I need to take that somewhere. What's up? How we doing? Welcome back. And welcome back to another live session. For those of you tuning in on YouTube, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Good morning, good morning. We got a couple of stocks here on the watch list. Let's write it up and let's get going. Jessica, what's up? Good morning, good morning. Good to see you. Shout out to all the MMU students tuning in. And I will take this screen off of the YouTube side of things here in a second. But I'll leave it up for now. Let's just go through the watch list quickly. So I'm watching MHUA, NUZE, NCNC, SERV, and there's another one, ISPO as a potential maybe. So what I'll do, I'll put these two in brackets, SERV and ISPO. So for those of you tuning in on YouTube, right, I'm always looking up because, I have this extra screen here, and this is what I'm looking up at, right? My beautiful level 2s. And my level 2 has this specific color code because I just find it very appealing to the eyes. Some people don't like it. They say it's too many colors, it's too bright. MHUA is non-marginable, which I did not check. And I haven't been checking since we had the news from Tim, which is that they're not going to penalize us if we go over our balance on these non-marginable stocks. Now, what's interesting is that today would be the third day that Kitty and or Tim would get an email if they're to trade this stock and go over their cash balance. So they're on their third strike, and apparently after the third strike is when they would restrict your account. So today should be a great day for us to see if those guys' accounts actually gets restricted or not. I don't know. Tim might not even take the chance. I don't know. Maybe he will. But I know Kitty for sure is just gonna trade that thing away. So, if you want to say he'll be the brave soul to test the waters for us. Um, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, okay, coming down to the watch list here. Let's post it into the alert section. As well as the YouTube live stream. LSH, is that one that's worth looking at? LSH. Let me see. Yeah. Actually, I think I saw this one. Yeah, I saw this one selling off down here. Yeah. LSH. It's back up a little bit. It's a little young. It's young, but maybe there's something here. Okay. Trend lines. MHUA, I'll start there and then I'll make my way over. It's only up 19% with 30 million shares of volume. And we kind of have the Christmas tree pattern going on, right? So some of you guys might say, hey, Relentless, why in the world would you consider watching at this stock? Well, there's still a chance we could see a red to green, although, perhaps slim. Still a chance. And a chance is all I need to know, right? That I have to give it a shot, to at least keep an eye on it. So that's what I'll do. I'll keep an eye on this one. And if there's an opportunity, maybe it goes from 120, maybe to 150 to 180 and then back down. But, if there's something is better than nothing. So I'll be keeping an eye. 153 is 200 EMA on the daily chart. Other than that, the pre-market high for me is the target. We're so far away from the pre-market high that if this does a red to green, even up to $2, that alone is amazing. So MHUA, we'll see how this one does. Moving on to NUZE, which is going to be my main stock today. Hold on. There's the alarm for screen recording. So I'm going to make sure my screen recording is turned on. Yeah, and I'm recording this screen with all my level 2s so that later throughout the day, I can go back and watch and see exactly how everything played out with all the indicators. You know, the YouTube screen down here on the right hand side, it's not bad, but you know, I can't really see the level 2 down here, which really helps me out to pull the trigger when it comes to buying and selling. So the pattern is the patterns are always there, right? But beyond the pattern, you know, the level 2 helps me to get long and also sometimes helps me to get out too, depending on how the trade is playing. So yeah, NUZE up 65%, 6 million shares of volume, and it started off in after hours. So we got 747 pre-market highs. 747. Low of the pullback, 554. Low of the current pullback, 595. All right, okay. I'm gonna get rid of some of these previous trend lines as they're not going to be as relevant. Let's clean it up a little bit. So looking at NUZE on the daily chart. So we had this bit of a range going back to, was this July 24th? So just a few days ago, really. We had high of 527. From there it pulled back, and now it seems like we're curling back up as the daily candle has made the new high. All right. Where can we go if it continues? Room perhaps to $9, and then 1080. After that, 1239. This is around, this range that I'm looking at is around September of last year, where we had a few topping wicks, lighter volume, but you know, a few topping wicks. 1080, 1239, NUZE. So moving on to NC. This one is cheaper, below $1. We're 23 cents actually. Pre-market highs around 34, 31 to be precise. The low has been 22 cents for the pullback. And it's kind of trending down, so you know, like MHUA, I'd love to see a red to green. Can we get a bit of a curl up? For me, these penny stocks have been a little hit or miss. I'm trying to get a little bit more accurate. And I gotta be more patient taking the dips as they come on these stocks. If not, really tight stops and getting out is the way to go. Sometimes the breakouts could work, but you know, you really got to see some strength at those high levels. If not, the breakout could lead to some losing trades. So those are my top three. Again, you know, stocks like ISPO. You know, yesterday's high we had 931. But the biggest thing for me in these type of stocks is volume. Can we see high volume? You know, if we get like a breaking news headline again today, I mean, that would be really good. There's a 2-minute warning. Yeah, can we see high volume? It's at 834, 931 is right there. But will we see high volume? And will this thing make a move? I want to see this go to like 15, 18, 20, not just, hey, up to $9, small move, low volume. I'm not interested in that. So another stock here, LSH, which could, you know, maybe have some potential. We got some resistance around 420s. We'll see if this is able to get up to 537 on the daily chart. Maybe I watch at this one instead of MHUA, especially since they're saying that that one is restricted. LSH. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen to Tim's account and Kitty's account if they're to trade that stock, past their cash balance? Is it just gonna be, hey, like they told us nothing is gonna happen, or will their accounts actually get restricted? I guess we'll find out at the end of the day here today. So with 40 seconds, yesterday I was mentioning two key things. One, I don't want to trade any stock that's not worthy. If I don't think that it can give a really strong move, I want to be careful. And other than that, if something is breaking out and it's pretty strong, then I do want to, make sure that I take those trades at the highs and not think that the stock is too extended already. Other than that, it's going to be the usual, right? We're looking forward to being disciplined and patient, looking for the opportunities that we know and love. So hit that thumbs up if you're tuning in on YouTube, and let's rock and roll here into the open. Hit that thumbs up, hit that thumbs up. LSH, a bit of a spread to start. I'm gonna watch the dips. Brave dip there. Brave dip because I didn't even wait for 4. Did not get the fill on the ask. I'll try again. Okay, not much. Worth the shot there for the couple of trades early. NUZE on the other hand, NUZE. Showing some life. Low 575. Highs at 628. Can we see a pullback here? NUZE. If not, I might have sold too soon there. 31, 19. The ask price. I thought I filled more shares than this. 83 shares. Well, that's not going to get the job done. What was the low? 75. $60. Trying at 60. Can we get that beautiful fill on the ask? Bro, what the heck? Come on, fill me, fill the pastor. Fill me. Alright, I'll just take 75 area. I wanted 84 fill initially, but yeah. LSH, it's moving. I see it moving in the side of my eyes up here, but I don't know. It seems like risky business, right? Let me do a rotation here. ISPO, how are we doing? Not doing much. LSH, just try. Maybe if over 35, if maybe it gets more stable. MHUA, well, of course, this one is moving. MHUA. No surprise. At least it's cheap, so I can take at least a couple trades here before I run out of cash. I wonder if Tim is gonna like take the chance. Low has been 36, the highest 47. I got 2,500 shares, small size here. Oh,
BIO. B.
come on, KB. Show me what you got. Show me what you're working with. 38. Do I hear 40 here eventually?
DALN.
Oh. NUZE is back up. NUZE. Is it worth it? I'm gonna jump in. And I'm gonna jump into a loss. It looks decent though. We'll see if it keeps going. NUZE, there's 25. Over 32 is the high. Damn it. Damn it, man. 37 fill. I'm gonna get back my 200 bucks there. Not good. Uh, I'd say it was worth it. No problem. All good in the neighborhood. $100 loss. Scratch trades at the end of the day. It's right. It's in a very decent area if we can get through 40. Come on. Come on. You know you want to. You know you want to. I'm gonna start the size. 42. Oh, I got filled. Why are they trying to play me today, man? Alright. I'm gonna bring some more size, but I'm gonna be more careful with the ask price. Brother. Come on. They really be trying to play us with these fills like we know what you're doing. There's 63. The halt is at 77. Can we get locked in? I don't mind if it get locked in here. It looks like we're gonna get locked in. And we are locked in. See, the only issue here is that I should have already been, I should have made something going up. Like, all right, we'll see what the resumption is saying. Last chance to save the month. That doesn't sound too good. It's already a great month, Big Steve. Just us taking another trade here. Let's not put too much weight and stress on ourselves here for what's just another day in a vast network of thousands of days. Like that whole it's the beginning of the month, it's the end of the month, all that stuff is just nonsense. It's just another day of us being disciplined. SERV moving up a little bit. 1681. Drinking some more of this molasses. Molasses, honey, and peppermint. Definitely some island medicine, right? I gotta bring a spoon in this place. Next thing you know, well, let me not even talk about NUZE resumption coming up. 83%, 9 million shares of volume. Relentless, what are you looking for? Well, I'm gonna be looking for what is called the dip and rip here. Can we resume higher? If we do, can we push up just a little bit? And then can we see that classic pullback? If that pullback comes, I will have 2,500 shares. And if it gives a good entry and it dips again, I will then have 7,000 shares ready. Because I'm looking to go where, in fact, I'm going to go up to like 9,000 shares because I'm going to look to go where I've never been before. I want to see if I can get to Mercury today. Forget going to the moon. I want to go as close to the sun as I possibly can. And I understand the risks, but, can I visit Mercury and come back alive? That's the goal here. 2,500 shares base size and then 9,000 big size if I like what I'm seeing. Of course, manage risk accordingly, based off of where you are in your trading experience. It's all relative. If I'm to lose like 4 grand here, for me that means nothing. For somebody else, that could mean their entire account. So we're at 677 and I'm waiting patiently. The Pastor is looking to ascend if we see a nice, sweet setup. I am curious to see how I'd be filled. Hopefully it's not awful slippage. 43.09, so we got about a minute. If it resumes lower, I'll look for the high of day trade. If it resumes sideways, I don't want to just buy it. I still want to wait for it to go up and then pull back. Sometimes trying to buy it sideways, like for the breakout, you could see some green and then it goes up a little bit and then it's like back down aggressively. NUZE coming up. We got less than 10 seconds. We're at 677. Here we go.
NZA.
Can we see below 50? If not, my fill must have been pretty bad just now because I thought that was a great trade. Yeah. We're not connecting, sadly. 7:45 for the halt up. Great trades for what I would want. unusual, but not getting the reflection in the P&L. So we're not even going to get a chance to go up to big size. Low right there, 681. I've sized down a little bit. And that is a loss. Wow. So the spill is brutal. I'm getting some awful fills here. I want to be careful of it breaking down. So if it comes down to 50, I want to give it a sec just to see first. My orders are lagging too much. My orders are lagging bad here. If I put out another trade and it's like the same thing, I'm just gonna stop. Save myself the trouble. We are seeing like a 10-cent spread at times. I'm gonna have to adjust to using some limit orders here. Can we try again? And the break and hold of 7, not so great. The high's at 720. All right, I'm easing off. I'm easing off. I'm easing off. Many paper cuts here. We've double top 20. Not quite the breakout we would want to see. The low right there was 70. Was that 70? 670 for the lows. The 5-minute chart still looks pretty good, so I think we could see the move But we've been very inaccurate here. Size down again to just 1,000 shares this time. Is this it? Just trying. It's very slow and gradual, not quite like an instant move. Alright, okay. As long as this doesn't fail miserably here. I cut that a little too soon, but okay. It's still fighting. Come on. Push through, push through, push through. Push through, push through, push through. Give us some dips. Give us some dips. Can we see some dips here? The high is at 69. Come on, rip through 80. Breakout trades. 91 for the halt up. Can we get? I'd like to see it get locked in here again. Maybe we get a better resumption this time. 91. We're right there. We're right there. Come on. Can we get locked in? 801 now for the halt up. 801. It's chasing it down. Come on. Fucking hell, this ass price, man. Gotta definitely bite a bitch. That was my fault. Much tighter spread here. And I tell you, like, just gotta be so careful with those fills. Waste of 250 for nothing. Not great. Salvaging that. Low right there, 25. Is this the backside? We're starting to get like a shooting star kind of candle here. So we need to base out and then curl back up. Mm, 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 mm. How much am I down here on this day? This freaking stock. Down 697, brother. Alright. Got caught in a few dips.
CCN.
Got caught in a few dips, but getting filled higher on the ass was not good. Sometimes we'll get these types of stocks where there's no price improvement, which is fine. But gotta do a better job paying attention to the ask price. Because sometimes you look away just for a little too long and it's like still in the moon as the bid is already down like 30 cents. So it's like you're just taking a 30-cent loss for fun, if you don't pay attention.
VCNX.
Could it still hold up potentially, but bigger pullback here closer to the VWAP area at 86. I was thinking 20s for the lows just now. So I'm in at 31, stopping out at like 15. We had a low of 692. I think I'm gonna take my leave on this one. Is there something else? ISPO, no good. LSH. On the resumption, I took all the right trades, man. Those fills, those fills negated all those good trades.
NUZA.
Definitely opportunity to be green, though, I will say. Opportunity to be green. LSH. LSH. We'll see how this one does. If it gets up to VWAP. MLGO. The volume looks just a little lighter. Just a little lighter. Tired of this stock, man. Tired of this stock. Looking for a resumption, bounce on the resumption. No good. Time to take this stock and throw it to the depths.
CCM.
CCM. Red. Red on the day. 700. Not ideal. Also still a scratch trade, but, can we see something good? This front side wasn't bad though, man. Wasn't bad. A little slippery, but wasn't bad. We did go from 6 up to 8. Anytime a stock doesn't move like that and you're not green, you gotta always start by asking yourself what you could have done better, what you could have done differently. You gotta take accountability. MHUA sold off. SERV not looking great. NCNC perhaps. It's cheaper. It's moving up through VWAP. $28.50, 29. Came just a little late for that dip. $0.30 for the high. Might have to just jump in here. Can we get through? There's resistance. 29. And I'm early on that dip. 28 exactly. I'm getting chopped around. Not good. 28.10 so far for the lows. We do have a new 5-minute candle that's red, so I do want to be careful in case we see a bigger pullback, but watching. I think what I might want to do is just buy back the dip. Even if I'm wrong, just buy back the dip like right away. So it's going to try for the breakout again here, perhaps. Let's see. It does have range. Can we get a lower fill here? Nope. It definitely has a little bit of range to it. For this type of price especially, 28 cents. Not in sync. Not in sync at all. Maybe it goes to 32 here.
VC in.
Not a bad move, right? Not a bad move. Just having some trouble connecting on it. The pre-market high is at 34.
VC in.
Nothing. Waiting. Watching the pullback. 30.50. $30.50. It's kind of holding, but waiting. Trying for the limit there, no fill. As long as it doesn't like aggressively drop here, I don't mind. 28.60, okay, no problem. The goal would be to see the balance back to 30.
VC in X.
I might re-average. Yeah. We kind of should have went there. We're seeing more like a 5-minute pullback, so I'm gonna wait. We should have bounced right there, so we're seeing a pullback here to view up. We did have a lot of volume coming down too, so NUZE did bounce up a little bit after dropping a tremendous amount. But just like this is how the day can kind of get out of hand, right? You start off on what is a decent stock NUZE, you don't really quite get to capitalize. You catch some losses against the spreads. You get caught in a few flushes. Before you know it, down 1K. A little inaccurate on NU on NU NCNC rather. Looks like the pullback isn't gonna linger around the VWAP. It's gonna be one of those quicker bottoms. We'll see if there's a pullback before the candle makes the new high. If not, I'll let it do its thing here and wait for the next dip. As long as we don't retest the lows.
CCN.
30.47. There's some buying here, but it's still a bit of a churn for the 1 minute candle to make a new high in this area. But it's doing good, all things considered. Still would like to see that early pullback if possible. If not, it might just try for the highs. There's sellers. It's gonna push through, but there's even more sellers here. So we're not gonna see an early pullback. It's gonna try. It looks like it's a rejection, but is it gonna try again? That quick dip to 27. That quick dip. That's gonna be the trade to give us this move here. Like the breakout trades for me just not seeming worth the risk in this particular situation. Like I can try 33, but the way how the bids are moving, it's showing 32, 50, 31. It's like it just seemed like I'll be chopped out even before if it moves here. So I want to see what we can get to the downside. was a bit of a slower fill, but whatever. Will it go through 33? The high's at 34. Come on. Try again. Holy smokes. Wow, that was pretty good. See, because it's all, it's, yeah, man. I could have definitely bought that, but it's here kind of just lingering. Can we see back over 36? That was a nice move. That was a nice move. 33 to 36. That's pretty, pretty solid for the stock. Damn penny stocks, I tell you. They're always for me so hit or miss. It's not bad though. It's definitely not bad. I can't lie. Needed to see a few more dips though along the way on these green candles going up. And the selling, can we see some more? Can we see some more selling pressure here? Man. Which is why the dips, some of these dips are also not convincing, right? Like right there, there's not enough red to there's not enough red coming on the tape there to feel like that's the real dip. It's so light. Even right here, 35, it's like a very light selling pressure, which usually is followed by heavy selling pressure. So it's like if I'm in aggressively, then the real dip is coming. But instead, we're seeing some buying, and then it's bouncing up, fifth of a, or what was that, like a half of a penny. So 35 back to 36.30 on the bids, off of that same situation right there. It's just like there's no selling really, at least not yet on these small pullbacks. I'm a little early there. What we want to see, 33. We're seeing a bit of a bigger 5-minute pullback. It's almost 10:30. Maybe it's time to lock it in. Maybe it's time to lock it in. Take the loss and hold what we got. Take the lesson. The moment we see some heavier selling pressure on this 1 minute pullback and it bases out, I'm in, and then it actually flushes down even more. Lovely. Oh, man. What's it, Tuesday? Wednesday? It's Wednesday. We got another 2 days to get this week looking right. So we got to keep it tight. That 5 day breakout trade was a nice trade, though. Through 33, all the way to 30, almost 37. We had like 36.80. Some of these stocks, man, they just don't give you the confidence in those areas. We're there for like 2 minutes and it's just, back and forth. We've seen the green on the tape so many times, nothing has happened. And the tricky part is if I take every single one of those trades, I'm losing like 6 times for one winner. And at that point, is it even going to make any sense, right? We had a 3 cent breakout, 3.5 cent breakout, but if I'm losing like half of a cent every time, then it's like I get the winning trade and I'm just break even or even still red, depending on how much I would have lost trying to get that trade. It looks like it still has some life, but looking to lock it in, unless something else comes up, hopefully above $1, hopefully above $5 even. Something like NUZE, but tighter spreads would be ideal. RENB being mentioned here and there. Let's check it out. Volume. It's halted up. Okay. Halted up not so long ago. Up 65%, less than a million shares of volume. So volume is a little light as of now. We'll see if traders are paying attention to it on a resumption. I'll prep an order. If it's good, I'll take a trade. If not, I'll just stay on the sidelines. I had saying 61 million float. So the float is a little higher. Man, NUCE, man. RENB. Is this one gonna be something? This dip actually might not be bad here. Well, I'm not gonna get the fill. Yeah. 53 to 68 on the ask, not bad. Or even 53 to 53 to 63, 10 cents. That was NUWE. But I don't know. I don't know about that one just yet. That dip itself, not bad, but yeah. 2804. So I got about a minute to resumption. RENB. Will we see something here? It's currently at 111. Hopefully this one is strong. Hopefully we can see something good. Here we go. Not what I want to see. Once we get through 20, it's goal time. Like we need to be seeing 28-30, not back down to 20 again. It's a breakout trade. This NCNC round 3, I guess. Round 3. Third time is gonna be my charm. We had a smaller pullback. We had a bit of a bear flag on the one. It curled back up. I definitely don't mind seeing the pullback here. Ay, ay, ay. Monstrosity of fills. Taking a dip again. And the dip is dipping. To the depths of this stock, man. If it goes up from here to the depths. NCNC selling off like nobody's business. Fooled me once, fooled me twice, fooled me a third time, then that's just not good business. And we're getting to be about our max loss here, which is 1K for a day like today. So thinking that is going to be it. Shutting it down after the first hour. Red. Perhaps I come back later, but you know, if I'm to come back, there needs to be something like that I know, okay, this is the type of stock I can make thousands of dollars on it. If not, I'm not even gonna bother. NUZE is that kind of stock. We just needed tighter spreads there. But stocks like that, NUZE, those are the type of stocks preferably. These cheaper stocks can definitely pay us, but sometimes they're hit or miss. RENB, no good. Yeah, I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna shut it down. AAOI. I'm gonna shut it down and come back later in the day. I feel good mentally, but it's like it's such an inaccurate day that it doesn't make any sense for me to stick around. At this rate, if I stick around, I'm gonna be down 2 grand and then 3 and then 4 and then 5. Right? That's what the trend is telling me. So I'm gonna promptly remove myself from this madness and then come back on a day where the trend is the opposite, so that I can be green 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8K. That'll help me to manage risk. We got to manage risk on all levels. All right, so if anybody's gonna go the distance, which a few people usually does here, all the way till 4 o'clock. If you're gonna go the distance, continue to be disciplined, continue to be patient, continue to look for those setups and opportunities that you know and love. Remember not to overtrade and or revenge trade. If you have to take that walk, that 5 minute walk, clear your head, come back. Do whatever it takes to stay cool, calm, collected, and focused. Sometimes the market can be tricky, but if you're losing the battle in your own head, then it becomes, a nightmare. So do what's necessary to ensure success. Was I green yesterday? Yeah, I was green yesterday, a couple $100. When I'm small green or like small red, I don't make a recap. If like a day like today, I'll make a recap of I'm red 1K, but on the smaller green or red days, like $300, like anything like $300-400. I know that sometimes the P&L, of course, doesn't determine the, you know, what's the word here? Doesn't determine like the action that we had throughout the day or what transpired and how volatile the day might have been. But typically the flat days are no recap days. I had the worst day of my career yesterday. Gary, so how, what happened? Are you long bias, short bias? Did you go against a rule? I'll wait for Gary's response. In the meantime, for those of you who are looking to get involved in the community, be sure to check out the scanner first things foremost, right? If you're looking for a scanner, you can check out Momo Pro. This is the scanning software that I use every day. One of the best features is the discovery section, which of course, is where we get our watch list from every single morning. We'll see all our hot stocks like NUZE and so forth on here. And every day when I come in, this is what I use to help me generate the stocks that I post to the channel. Other than that, it is pretty decent when it comes to the high-low stream. It can be better, but it's decent. Every hot stock will hit on this high-low stream. The only thing I want them to add here is a percentage gain filter. That way we can narrow it down a little bit more. Other than that, it's pretty good. There's an alert section here that shows you every halted stock that gets halted in that moment. There's a list of popular stocks that people are watching at across the platform. The news section is pretty good. You know, you can type in any stock. NUZE 18 hours ago, which makes sense because this started moving up in after hours yesterday. And it brings you here. You can check out the articles and stuff like that. SC13G form. Beneficial ownership. But yeah, this is Momo Pro. Of course, they also have halt up and halt down levels, limit up, limit down. If a stock has moved up more than 3% in the last 5 minutes, it will populate here just to show you. That way, at least you have an idea of where the halt levels are. SLRX just got halted a few seconds ago. So yeah, you guys can utilize coupon code Relentless for 25% off. That's if you're looking for a scanner. Other than that, you can check out the chat room and or the classes. PMEC. PMEC. Another cheapie. Alright, let me see how the level 2 is looking. PMEC. You know, every time I click on a stock, the thought that comes to my mind is that I'll be green on it. But sometimes, you know, the stocks can get the better of us. So, it's coming into VWAP. We could see resistance here. How's it going to do? It's been a decent move here the last couple of minutes. We had highs of 147 or so yesterday. So it sold off quite a bit in pre-market.
KRNL.
It'll just jump up a cent. Yeah, this is a mess. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, let me continue with the closing statements. And there's high volume coming in there at the highs too to buy, like buying volume. But it gets to 81, 82, and then it's like teleporting down. Big Steve, brother, that one is a disaster. The dip here actually could be pretty good. 69. Is it gonna hold? Can we see 73 at least? There's 71, 71.50. Can we see 70? Okay, there's 73.30 on the ask. But the bids are down there at 70.90. Which means I wouldn't have gotten a good fill, and I would have only made 1 penny at best. Yeah, so what was I saying? The chat room. You guys can check out the chat room, which is where it goes down before the live stream, during the live stream, after the live stream, right? And we're even here on weekends too, so you guys can feel free to check out the chat room. I'm gonna post all the links here. I'm gonna post the links. Am I on single screen? Okay. And by the way, just in case anybody ever have any questions about my account is an account that's over $30,000, which is standard for an account over PDT, right? Over 25,000 really. It's over 25,000. With I have a margin account. which is why I'm able to trade these stocks unlimitedly, right? Just in case there's like a few new viewers watching on wondering what's going on here. Yeah, so I have a margin account. I'm not restricted by the PDT rule. I can trade unrestrictedly and unlimitedly here essentially. And let's see, I can come over. So today I'm down $1,166.34. You know, $1,000. It's like for me, this I will say this is a lot of money, right? But it's like for where I am with my trading and like my career, it's like this is like it, for a few years ago when I would be down like $100, you know,
LOX.
it's like you kind of get numb. You kind of get numb to it. If I lose $1,000 out of my wallet, I can tell you guys I'd feel like, I'd be steaming. But here, understanding the risk, as we mentioned on the stock NUZE, we got caught against the spreads. We got caught in a few dips going down. It's the cost of doing business essentially. And red days will happen. In fact, this is our fifth, I believe, red day of the month. So it's part of the deal. It'll happen from time to time. And days like today are pretty close. If we get a few better fills, you know, it's quite the opposite, right? So this is the risk that it takes to do what we're doing here on a daily basis. This is my trade log showing every single trade that I took today. Full transparency. Even the last couple digits of my account number, because I'm a madman. The last couple digits of my account number, showing it all to the people. Nothing to hide. Nothing to hide. Fully transparent. Fully. 100%. So, over the years, like we've grown an audience because we do this live every day. And it's the end of the month, so you know what? I'll import and just show you guys a sneak peek into the monthly recap, which I don't usually do. I usually just make a full video going over the end of the month, but why not? Let's import. Let's see, calendar. I have everything up until the 26th, so I'll re-import from the 26th onwards. This month was a decent month. We had some hotter days, especially last week. Last week, Monday and I think Wednesday, or is it Monday and Tuesday? We saw stocks that just, well, what's been different compared to like prior months and years is that usually when there's a very hot day, it's like there's hot momentum for like a week straight, or like sometimes even like a month. You can feel it cooling off day by day almost. In this kind of time, like we might have a hot day today, and then the next day, like it's a ghost town. So you definitely have to flip the switch quickly, which I didn't do a great job of. You got to flip the switch quickly, and sometimes you gotta go for it. You gotta go for it. My best month ever has been 72,000. So every time I get a month that's like 10,000, 20,000, even 30,000, it doesn't feel the same. Like you're still grateful for like making money, but it's what's so interesting is that there was a guy like 2 years ago that at one point was doing like 25, was it like 20,000? I think like 15,000, 20,000 a day. And then he dropped down to 1K a day, right? And we're in there. It's like 20 of us talking inside of the chat, like in the voice channel, right? So it's like a phone call of like 20, 25 of us. And we're telling him how, man, 1K a day. It's like we wish we could make 1K a day. He's there like saying that it just doesn't feel the same. But it's one of those things where you kind of like expand your horizon, but you also have to be understanding of that. the market isn't going to always be as hot every week, every day, every month, or even every year, right? Most of the traders in our community here, we've had our best year every year. But is that going to happen forever? I mean, maybe not, right? I mean, we'd like to think we can do it for sure, but wait, hold on. Did this import go through? Let's click document. This the trader view updates and how you have to like click small check marks to make sure that you hit OK, and like I don't know who thought this was a good decision. You put in the date range, for example, you hit enter, nothing happens. You have to hit the small check mark in the corner. Like, come on. Like, who came up with this? Who comes up with this stuff? Did Gary ever type out what happened on the month? PCSA? How was PCSA yesterday? Is this the one we traded? Come on, E-Trade. So we had that bit of a move pre-market, and then into the open, it was pretty brutal. We had a false breakout here off the red to green and trended lower. I don't know the backstory of what happened, but the number one thing I can say is always be risk first. See what you're willing to lose first, and then determine a game plan around that amount. If you tell yourself, hey, I'm not comfortable being down more than 300 on any given day, then you have to game plan around that. And that's essentially your max loss, right? So, according to how volatile the stock is, the price of the stock, these are all things that can help you determine an appropriate share size to give yourself longevity throughout the day, right? And it's not, I don't know, if let's just assume you're trading like how we are, or the hyper scalping style, then you don't want to be hitting a $300 loss in just one trade. You're not giving yourself a chance throughout the day, right? But more so, maybe if you're averaging, let's say, $15, $20 winners, losers, then, and of course, you're aiming for a 2-to-1 ratio, but just for the sake of this conversation, if you're losing $15, $20 at a time on a loss, you give yourself, X amount of trades before you hit that $300 loss, rather than, hey, just one trade and then you're done on the day, right? Trading this style that requires a lot of trades. So share, we really have to manage with share size. You can't underestimate how easily you can lose money. I mean, for me, even me at this level, I mean, I'm throwing money into the wind, thinking I'm buying a good dip and getting filled on the ass. It's like $300 gone. It's like before you know it, you can't give yourself a chance to survive. So we definitely got to be careful, and also account for the extremes, right? Meaning maybe you took a great setup going into a halt up, and you're up 25 cents unrealized into the halt. The stock resumes $2 a share lower with no good reason, no good warning. You even have you have to account for stuff like that too, because it happens to all of us, right? Tim just mentioned in the chat room today, hey, I got caught 4,000 shares NUZE halt going down. So from 70 to 50, it's like 4,000 shares every 10 cents is $400. Just like that, you can lose $800 to $1,000, where you're expecting that stock to bounce in that area from 70 back up to $7, right? So things don't always go according to plan. And even for Tim, if that stock was to resume $1 a share lower, and he lost 4,000 instantly after 5 minutes, he would have already known that that was a possibility. So even when it happens, it's not a surprise. It's like we already account for the risk, not only to our stop loss, but for flushes, for offerings, for any madness that can come our way, so that in the end of the day, it's like, so if you guys ever see me go, like today, I was gonna try to take like 9,000 shares in that stock. I already knew in the back of my mind like I could be down like 5, 6 grand, like nothing. Like if the trade happens to go against me terribly, very quickly, that's my reality for the day. Is that I would have been down like 7,000 today, and that would have been fine because I accepted the risk, right? So when it comes to pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, and these are the things you want to consider, so you know what you're getting into. No surprises. Anyhow, let's bring up the calendar. Even myself, I don't know where I'm at. Was that my fifth or maybe sixth red day? Sixth red day. That's a $1,000 red day here. It's gonna be my sixth red day of the month. So we're gonna finish up around 10,000. What's net? Net. It has to kick us all the way out for net. April, not April. Not April. July. There we go. April month for me was an interesting month. Net 9,400. So a pretty decent month. Definitely not our best month by any means. And we had some massive red days here on the 24th and the 8th. And what's interesting is that both of these days felt like the same exact day, where I came in, I clicked the buy button 3 times, and it feels like I'm down 2K after like just 3 or 4 trades, which is exactly what happened on both of these days. 90, 41 trades and then 41 trades. So days where I'm not really trading a ton. So this is after like the small fees that Thinkorswim will charge. There's like some small fees, not necessarily commissions, but like processing fees. I mean, I'm not even honestly super sure what they are exactly, but I just kind of write it off as like cost of doing business, cost of doing business. But yeah, these two red days were definitely a little more than we would want. Other than that, I mean, we kept it fairly tight. Today, as mentioned, was a pretty close day in itself where, a couple things went differently and, we're either small green or maybe big green, right? But these 2 days, we got brutalized, getting caught into big flushes and halts down and stuff like that. What time? By 9:50, we're down 2,200 on the 24th. And then, let's see, I think this one might have even been even earlier. By 9:45 down 1,700 in the first 15 minutes. Zap, VRPX, I tell you. And Zap was a decent stock. I think we might have had Zap for like 4 days. I think we had Zap for like 4 days. So I'm not sure if this was the very beginning of Zap or midway or the end or whatever, but definitely bigger losses. So the entire year so far, we can go month by month as well. January, February. So we had what was this, 20 January 29, February, which is our best month here, 72. March. I hate to see these strings of red days, but it's part of the deal, part of the deal. March 31. April was an interesting month because in the start of April I was thinking like, yeah, this month we're gonna look to go crazy. And then after first week showed up and there's like nothing. There's like nothing to trade. Everything just seems so dead. No uptrending stocks really. Just a lot of sideways momentum and stocks that are just, if you're not really looking to be super aggressive towards those dips in those sideways channels, just not a ton. And even then, pretty tricky. So literally the first week was the entire week or the entire month really on this month. May, we were red in May for the first half of the month. Literally 3 green days. This is very unusual for me here. Literally 3 green days in the first 3 weeks of the month. And this was some strange momentum, man. Like this Monday right here. The 6th of May was a day where it felt like I did everything right. I mean, everything that I usually would do, I did. And it's just losing. I look back, I'm down 1K. Look back, I'm down 3K, 2K. I'm like what the heck is going on? And I think I might have even been down. Was this that day? There was a day I was down like closer to 5,000. May, May. And then the second half of the month, we were able to turn it around, getting some nice days. I think this Thursday right here, man, this Thursday was a very epic day. A lot of people probably have big, like massive green days on May 16th, 2024. This day started off slow, and I'm like, I'm just gonna take my green and walk away. I've been struggling, not gonna try to overtrade, and so I took my green after the first like 30 minutes, and like around like 10:45, 11 a.m. It's like someone snapped their finger and a hot market just came out of nowhere. So from like 11 a.m. to like maybe power hour even was just a rave. And I was here, man, I'm not even gonna say what the heck was what I was doing on that day, man. It's just unbelievable. Pastor was not focused. We had the 17th, which ended up being decent as well, and we kind of came in. It's like, okay, we're seeing some momentum. Let's lock in. And then the second half of the month, we were able to turn things around and go from red to green. I think the 27th was a holiday, maybe Memorial Day or something. And then the 31st, sadly, we were hoping to end green here, but the depths was waiting for us. June, pretty steady. Steady June. See, the difference between this month and and June is that there's no big red days here really. Just $2,000, 1,100 and 1K red day on the 24th and the 13th. So it's like retaining most of the green because I mean these green days aren't massive. What's the biggest green day here? 3,700, and then the month is like a 14K month. It's like the way how these numbers look, it looks like it's a 4K month, but it's a $14,000 month. So it really shows you, especially if you get a couple of bigger green days of like 8K, 6K, 10K. You get like one or two of those, or maybe four. Before you know it, you're up 100 grand on the month, right? It seems it seems like that's how it goes. Let's see, July and then July, right, which is this month. So two big red days of 5,000 each. You turn these 2 days here into small green days of just 500. The month is looking at plus 16, 17K, right? So on the year, where are we on the year? We can look at gross and then net. Let's see. From year to date, year to date. So as mentioned, we've been improving every year so far, right? We can go through all the years. What I might have to do is just clip this into the monthly recap. This rate. Thursday. Maybe Thursday was that 26K day. Yeah, our averages haven't been bad. We've been doing pretty decent. Initially though, we were on pace for more like 500,000. Then we've kind of slowed down a little bit. Now we're on pace for like a 300K year. If we see, I'm always optimistic, and if we see good momentum, I always know that I can size up more than I did last time, and I definitely can see us having months of like 150K or more. Um, in fact, I think on a given day we could do well over 50,000. So it just comes down to like the way how that stock was moving, that BMR. Even when I go back and watch, it's like, man, like why the heck wasn't I just using 3K shares every trade? You know, I'm using 1K share, 1,500 shares, 2K shares. It's like I could have easily went up to 3K, 4K, 5, 6K shares, and it's not linear, it's exponential, right? Instead of every 10 cents being 150, 10 cents starts to become 450. So the difference in how much you're making is massive. So our average boils down to $1,200 a day. So in the grand scheme of things, it's like if we have a red day of like 1K, it's like whatever, right? And we have another 5 or 6 months more to go. What's August 8th? Right, we got like 5 more months. 5 months to really hone it in. This trader view, man. I don't even know how to operate this trader view anymore. Custom range, year to date. So if I do January, cancel. Oh, okay. I see what they're doing. So January 23, December 23. And oh yeah, you gotta hit the check mark. So this was last year. So we already surpassed last year's gains, which is great news, right? Great news, great news. PMEC, PMEC mooning, 87 cents. Is this my time to get green here? PMEC, back over VWAP. 85. Honestly, hold up. But when you stick around like this is how you end up getting sucked back in. It's like 3, 4 times I said I'm done, but here I am, right? Sometimes you gotta leave. But the stock looks good. It looks decent. It's moving up. There's volume. Seems to be giving a decent pullback here. Is it moving better than it was before the break, the rejection in VWAP? If it is, then it definitely will be worth it. So I'm gonna watch here for a couple seconds. That low was 87.45. Okay. There's a bit of a spread still. Bit of a false breakout, it seems like. A bit of a false breakout over 91. We had 93 initially, but back down a bit. All right, time to start throwing out some trades. $88. It might want to come down some more here. Waiting. 87.70. Do we have what it takes to get right through the highs here? Oh, okay, 92. It's trying. It's trying here. 92. There's a small bid, and it's not immediate, so I'm gonna cut that trade and wait. But back down to 88. So it's like another rejection of that high of 93. This is also why whenever I import, I re-import from the last day I traded. Because there's days where you're gonna go back and it's like if you don't, then the import is not gonna be accurate. Oh, I didn't get a great fill there. See, is this trustworthy, this dip? That it should not be dipping like this in a move like that. It's gonna hold though, it's gonna hold. See that right there, it just, does not convince me to buy the highs, man. If I'm in at 97, selling at 91, it's like it's such a massive loss because it's what's that, 5, 6 cents, and we're only making 1, 2 cents, 3 cents at a time. A little slow right there, waiting. Hopefully we can see through one. No bounce. Come on. We have massive bids here. There might be a hidden seller. If we don't bounce here, then it's just depths. Well, it was worth a shot. Still looks decent, but rejecting off those highs aggressively. So we're seeing more of a 5 minute pullback. 88.33. What we want to do on the way down here is to retain, even if it's 50% of our gains, and then capture that dip. That way, on the bounce back up, we can position ourselves nicely for the new highs. But we're getting blazed in the dips. And now we're seeing the bounce after we've been chopped out too many times. The best days are where we're capturing the dips nicely and the breakouts. Did I do a monthly recap last month? Can't remember. If not, we'll have to do a 2-in-1. Can we continue? Volume is a little thin, but it might keep going slowly here. Here's a hidden seller, 94. Brother, come on. Such a sweet dip and no follow through. 88. What? I can't buy 10,000 size? What? Come on. I get a rejection order there. My God, man. Freaking fills on the ass. They get me. They get me every time. What can I say? And what should be a half of a penny of risk becomes 2.5 pennies. Curse the ass price right there, man. Yep, that's totally my fault. Can't even be mad. Aiming for 85.50. In at 87. It looks good too. It looks good. It looks good. It looks good. Now, can we consolidate? If it's a quick pullback, great. If not, can it consolidate and hold up this area here over the next couple of minutes? If not, it's just going to the depths. For some reason, it's showing the low is at 80. I didn't see it drop down that low. Maybe one of those like algo drops or whatever. Even the fill here is kind of like time. There's about 2 minutes left in the 5 minute candle. Within the next minute or so, I'd like to see us attempt for the 1 minute candle to make the new high. I could look to add back on the dip, but I'm just gonna wait. Let's see what it does. If it maybe does get back to 92, 93, would be good. There's a lot of volume here. Are we gonna be able to do it? Turbulence at 90. So I'm gonna watch the dip to add back. Maybe 88. Is it a tight hold? If it goes through, I can buy the breakout. It would have to be quick if it wants to go. If not, can we see that dip? I prefer the dip. How far are we gonna go? Only seeing 91. So cutting that trade. Come on, dip, dip, dip. Such a tight hold here. 88, 88. I'm gonna buy the bids too. They're not gonna get me this time. If I buy market, I'm making sure to watch the ask price. I only filled 800 shares. Wow. Still could be early for the dip, but I think it's a healthy dip. We just wanted to fill some more of the shares there. Can try to break out again, but would have loved to have more shares down there. So just watching. If the volume comes in, I'm going to try it. Tight stop. Waiting. Waiting. And I swear I clicked this thing faster than that. What the heck? Come on. Can I see 95? And KB is in the depths. Man, I clicked before break of 90. I don't know what the heck happened. Like I should have had fill 89, 90. Instead, I probably got filled at like 90, 60 there. It looks like it's rejecting. Maybe double bottoms, but see, the first $200 that we made, we're not supposed to lose. We're supposed to make more money on this dip. and now be up 700-800 or something. Instead it's like we're fumbling too many dips and then just losing. 86. I mean, it still is in position. It still is, here. But we've seen. Let's see. I don't even think this was a real wick, nor this one. This more so is a real wick. So will short sellers get confident to short early 93, 90, 91? Smitty B, take it easy, brother. Take it easy. Stay safe, stay green. But maybe I'm overdoing it. When you're supposed to shut it down a while ago, we're still here fumbling. The 5 minute candle to make a new high is 30 seconds out. It seems like we might have bottomed at 85, 75. The spreads, man. The spreads is becoming more of an enemy. Initially the only enemy, well, there's a few things we got to watch out for, right? In terms of like obstructions and obstacles. And we have the common flush, we have offerings and halts going down, and then you have your own emotions, right? The technicals, and now adding into the technicals is the spread, because the price improvement has went to the depths. So we're having to utilize more limit orders. There's certain areas where it's like I'm watching the stock come down, the ask is coming down, but it seems like the moment I switch my eyes back to the bid, it's like the ask price just froze right there, but the bid kept dropping, and I'm thinking the ask is coming down as well. Then I look back, I'm filled 3 cents higher, and it's like 3 cents on a stock like this is it's just too much money. 9,000 shares. Every penny is $90. Every penny is $90. Every penny is $90. So, again, this is something I gotta write down on my sticky. So instead of just looking for looking to be a little bit more aggressive at the highs, which I think I could have done a better job at today, and also, easing off on stocks that are not worth it. I gotta add to this list. Pay more attention to the spreads. Pay more attention to the ask price. I mean, that's probably cost us at least $1,000 today, and we're down like $1,000. So we've had a break even day. So there's work to be done. Work to be done. Because this wick here was not a real wick, it looks like it's selling off. It might still bounce there, but I'm gonna leave it alone. TBIO. TBIO to the depths. Halt it down. This resumption I actually would be interested in. Let me see. Level 2. It got halted. 27. Oh, it just got halted. This drop looks massive, so there should be a bounce. Volume. Uh, Volume is kind of light. Probably not worth it. Probably not worth it. I'm gonna leave it alone. So yeah, I'm gonna shut it down. I'm gonna shut it down. Red 1K today. Red 1K. Walking away. Coming back tomorrow. Stay safe. Stay green. Check out those links down below. Big Steve, hopefully you had a better day than I did. And along with the rest of the members here in the chat room. Hope you guys were able to find some green and lock it in. It's one of those days. It's one of those days. Anyhows, I'm gonna go hang out in the Discord. I'm gonna go respond to a few DMs. And we get all these DMs that came in the evening yesterday and earlier this morning. Stay safe, stay green. Hit that thumbs up on the way out. It's been Relentless Trader, your favorite YouTuber. Yes, even over guys like Tim Sykes and Ross Cameron. Don't lie, I'm your favorite YouTuber. You know it. So hit that thumbs up, right? Hit that thumbs up. Tell Humble Trader she has nothing on us. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All in good fun. Take care, stay safe, stay green.